So welcome back, everybody. We'll continue with our ROS2 installation instructions. We will do this now in our virtual environment we installed in the previous step. I'll show this with macOS now, since that's just the device I'm using. But of course, this is portable to Windows, um, or even if you have a native Ubuntu 20 installation. So we will not do everything by memory or whatever. Again, I will just quickly show you how we um, install it with just basic ROS2 installation instructions that ROS2 provides to us. So very important when I'm Googling, you can want to install ROS2, not ROS1. For Ubuntu 20, the standard version is Foxy. That's also the same version we have on our F1Tenth cars. And then installation is always, of course, a good guideline. So we will click the first link. I'll just show you this one. Now, there's multiple versions. You can even natively install on macOS. We don't want that. We also don't want to install on Windows. We want to install on Ubuntu Linux. And in this case, the easiest way, Debian packages. As you can see, this is also the recommended way to do it. Now, we can directly, jump the first step where it wants to set the local. We don't need that. So what we will start with instead is to set the sources. Now we can click in here. Now the way to copy and paste stuff in Ubuntu is a bit different than in other systems in the terminal only. So in here I could simply, use Control V and then it will work in here. If I do the same thing, now you can see that it will show me, yeah, you're doing Control V, but nothing's happening. What you have to do instead, with Control C, I can just cancel this, is that you have to use Control Shift V, and now you can see, okay, it's getting pasted in here. That's just because you don't want to have double versions, or Control C, for example. Same thing. If I want to copy this thing, I can't just use Control C because it would just cancel it. I have to use Control Shift C. Okay, so we just copied it from here. Clicked on the small copy symbol there, pasted it in here. It says now, okay, enter your password. That's what we're going to do. Again, for me, this is F1Tenth. For you, this can be whatever you set in your installation. Now I typed this wrong. No worries. I'll do this again. Hit enter. Okay, now you see it worked. Now this is something interesting. This is why I don't like these copy things. Sometimes it only takes, for example, let's say the first one, not the second line. So what I'll do continuously for now is that I just copy every single line out of here. Don't use the button there. Okay, second command, it's already enabled for all sources. That's of course very good. We're gonna install curl. We're gonna curl our first thing. Sorry, my mouse is a bit jittery from macOS on Ubuntu. Again, and now we'll just simply, now for the one single line things, I'll use this copy function again. We'll just simply stupidly follow all this. So we'll update our repository caches. We will then upgrade our packages. You can already see down here that all packages are up to date, so this function will not do anything for us, but it's always good to double check it before. And now we're already installing our ROS2 version. So this is desktop install, recommended. Again, we don't want the base installer or anything, we want the full version. So we'll again Control Shift V. Now you can see again this will take some time, so I'll probably jump to the a point where it's already installed. Then again, do we want to continue? We simply hit enter, and now it'll rattle for some time. Okay, so now we can see that everything installed successfully. We're back in our command line. The next step is going to be that we're going to install the development tools here. So we'll just quickly do that. Hit enter. So this is way smaller, 44.8 megabytes. Okay, fantastic. And now this is currently everything we need to install ROS2. And you can already see here in our tutorial on the right side that in this case we're already going into some tutorials, right? So if you want to test that your installation was successful, well, the most important thing to always do is, of course, source the underlay. I explained this always in the first lecture. So we can simply do this in here, just try it out. Again, there's no error. That's always very good. That always means, okay, there's somewhere probably something. Everything's working with ROS2. Then in the next step, again, we'll just try the single example. We won't do the second one. But okay, yeah, we can see this is a ROS2 info message. It's telling us, hey, I'm publishing something. If you guys want to do it, you can try the second one in another terminal. You can source the underlay again and then run the listener, and then it should print out which hello world it's getting from the talker, right? But in general, this is the successful installation. We will do 2 more steps just to be on the safe side, because sometimes the F1Tenth car, for example, needs these as well. And I just want to show you these. So we can go under tutorials, then client libraries, use Culkan to build packages. And in here, there's an installation for Culkan. Again, we're on Linux, so we're going to do this here. We'll just paste it in here, run this. Again, this is also very important. This should already be installed. Very good, because this says, okay, it's already the newest version, so we don't have to install. You see nothing's upgraded, nothing's newly installed. So this means, okay, great. This already worked for us. And then the next step, we're gonna install Rosdep, because we might need this for some things. So we're gonna go into how-to guides. Then they're building a custom Debian package. And you can see here that we have to install, again, dependencies. We'll copy them in here. And here, okay, this is, again, something to be careful for. So here in the command that already have the dollar symbol, of course, this is already in our command line. So we have to be careful that we get this out of here, because we don't need it. If you click opt, you can quickly jump over full words. This makes it easier to go to the back of the line. And now you see it works. We were installing all the packages we need for Rosdep. Fantastic, so this installed successfully. And if now we want to initialize Rosdep, so we're gonna, now this time again, be careful and copy this selectively out. We're gonna initialize Rosdep. You see this has worked. Now it's already recommending us the second step. We're gonna use Rosdep update. Fantastic. Now this is one thing you have to be a bit careful about. Because, so you can see that it's skipping the end of life distro. So this means, for example, Foxy is already end of life from ROS. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work anymore. No, instead. So this still, everything for Foxy works, but every ROS distribution has an end of a life. And the thing is that it's then officially not supported anymore. We're still going to use it. Now the important thing is that we still want to use Foxy when we use Foxy packages. So what we have to do is we can quickly look for this. Now we already have some stuff in here. We're just going to delete that with sudo update. You can already see this, include EOL. So the important thing is, and this is exactly what we have to do. You can already see that I wrote this here. We want to include end of life distros. Now, if you hit enter, you can now see that it's going through everything again, and it's adding even the distros that are end of life, like Foxy, Galactic. You can see everything up here where what it skipped, it's still doing down here. So this is just running through. And now we have officially installed ROS2 Foxy. We have installed all the dependencies we need for anything related to F1Tenth. And in the next step, we're going to install the F1Tenth simulator in our virtual machine with ROS2.